think a lot of people get confused when they're working on a goal. I think a lot of times we think that, if we're working towards X, Y, and Z, it's supposed to be exciting and fun all the time. And it's always something new going on and it's chaos. But it's actually not like that at all. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Jasmine and I'm so glad to have you. And in this video, I want to talk to you guys about something that most people aren't going to say, and that is discipline and consistency is boring as hell. Okay, listen, when you first come up with an idea, whether you want to go back to school or start a business, lose weight, like whatever it is, you're so excited about it, right? Like you're ready to tell everybody. You want to tell your coworkers, you want to tell your friends, you want to tell your family, like, yeah, I'm about to do X, Y, Z, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this. And like, you're just so excited about it, right? And that excitement, that motivation, that inspiration that you have in those moments might carry you through like 1 week, 2 weeks tops, okay? But then when you're in the trenches and you're actually getting it done, you slowly start to lose that excitement because it becomes ordinary. Like you're doing this every day. Like it's not as exciting as it was when you first started. Like, of course you'll have milestones that you'll hit and you might be excited again, right? But for the most part, like whatever you're working on, whether it's weight loss, business, content, sales, finding a new job, you slowly start to lose that excitement and it becomes extremely boring. And that's where most people fall off. Because they think that because things got boring, that maybe that's not what they're supposed to be doing. It's hard to stick through something that's boring. We're always looking for a quick dopamine hit, right? And I think a lot of times because we're on social media so much, we get that dopamine rush regularly. Like all you gotta do is scroll up a few times and you'll hear something that says, some type of rage bait content. And now you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. Well, you got your dopamine fix, okay? So it's hard for us to just stay in something where there's no rush, there's no thrill. It's just the same thing that you did yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. And that's where people give up because they think there's supposed to be something exciting always going on. But I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know I do that well. But the truth is, discipline and consistency is extremely boring. And the longer you're able to sit through that extremely boring phase, which is going to be a long time, the sooner you'll reach your goals. But again, maybe you're the type of person that looks at that boring as something's not right, let me shift, let me pivot. When no, it's just really you letting time take time. And it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be boring. And then that's when most people give up on it or they do something completely different, right? Because things got too boring. Consistency and discipline got too boring. You gotta push through that. You have got to push through that. It gets to the point where you're showing up every day, right? But you're not getting the results that you wanted to get. You're not making the money you wanted. You're not getting the views you wanted. You're not getting the subscribers you wanted. You're not losing the weight that you wanted. And you want to quit because you're like, well, what's the point? What is the point of posting 3 videos this week and only 5 people watched it? Welcome to content creation. Glad to see you. Yes, it's going to be boring. You're not always going to get the results that you want in the time frame in which you want them, in which you feel entitled to them. But only the people who can stick through the boringness actually gets those results, whatever it is, because most people can't stick with it. Most people cannot stick with it because they need another hit. So something else I've noticed people will do is once they finish that one ebook, right? Instead of locking in on selling that one ebook over and over and over again, what they'll do is they'll just, well, let me make a new one. I got to make another ebook. But you haven't even sold the first one. You haven't even sold the first one. You're ready to add ebook number 2. No, you don't want to sit through the boring part. The fun part for you is creating ebooks and making them all pink and purple and blue and all these pretty colors and adding pictures and coming up with titles. That part's fun to you. That is your dopamine hit. But to go every day and make content talking about it and go live talking about it and post reels talking about it and responding to comments talking about it, that part's boring to you. So you don't want to sit through that part. You don't want to do that part. But that's the part that actually makes the money. That is the part that makes the money. And you can't see that. And I'm telling you that. And unfortunately, a lot of y'all are going to ignore that. You're going to go right back to make another ebook, another e-course, another this, another that. But you won't even lock in and sell the thing that you already made. That's what I'm talking about. Consistency and discipline is boring. No, you don't need to switch nothing up. You need to just do the thing over and over and over and over again and let time take time. And I'm not sitting here telling you you're not going to get frustrated. Of course you're going to get frustrated. You're going to be irritated. You're like, what is the point of this? Why am I doing this? Hi, welcome to entrepreneurship. Glad to have you. Welcome to the club. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about right now? Of course it's hard. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Sure, people have it on their bio or they say it in conversation, but how many people are really in the trenches getting it done every single day? Not many. Not many. Because like I said, most people cannot just sit with boring. They cannot just show up every day and just be comfortable with being bored. You'll be comfortable with being stressed, right? You love the feeling of stress. You say you don't, but you do because you put yourself in stressful situations, right? You love the feelings of fun and all this, but you hate the feeling of boredom. It's so hard for you to just be comfortable with being bored and just doing the thing over and over and over and over and over again. And just letting time take time. Weight loss, same thing. Yeah, it's fun to do a new workout, right? It's fun to find a new recipe. Of course, it's fun. But once you done made about 3 healthy recipes, once you done went to the gym for the first week and a half, that shit gets boring. It gets boring. You mean tell me I got to eat this again today? I just ate it yesterday, I ate it the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, and now I got to do it again today? Yes. Yes. Yes, you do. And then you're going to do it again and again and again and again. And then go ahead and again that times 1,000. Yes, you're going to do it again, and it's going to be boring. But only the people who actually reached the goal were the people who were willing to just be comfortable with being bored. Of course, you can do certain things to make it more fun, but it's still going to be boring. Like, it's still going to be boring. It's going to be boring. Consistency and discipline is boring. And again, I'm not sitting here saying that there won't be exciting moments along the way. Of course there will be. Of course. Of course. But most of it is boring. It's boring. It's fun, but it's boring. Okay? You got to stick with it. You got to keep going. You don't need to switch nothing up. You have to just let time take time. That's it. So stop looking at the numbers. Stop hopping on the scale every 2 minutes. Stop checking the analytics of your reels. Just stop. Just stop, stop, stop. How about you assume no one's going to watch it? Then when I started assuming no one was going to watch it, that's when I started getting people to watch it. I just post stuff and I'm like, I'm going to assume 0 people watch this. So if I go back and 22 people watched it, I'm like, oh shit. Because I wasn't even expecting 1 person to watch it. Same with live. I stopped looking at live as how many people can I get on there at one time. Now I assume no one's on there and I assume no one's going to join. And then when I see 6 people on there, I'm excited because I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even expect one person to be here, and I got 6. I didn't think anyone was going to buy this. 5 people bought it. 1 person bought it. When you start looking at it like that, I've noticed for myself that makes things less boring. When I lowered the expectations to -1,000. So when I, 1 viewer, I'm hyped. That made my whole week. But yes, consistency and discipline is boring. Hate to break it to you, but it's the truth. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you guys join the Patreon. I was thinking about adding like a walking club in the Patreon because I know a lot of you guys want to be active and stuff. So just trying to figure out like how to structure it. But I'm thinking about a walking club in Patreon, especially because it's so warm out now because spring is here, okay? Definitely check that out. The link is down below in the description. And leave a comment and let me know, are you struggling with discipline and consistency? Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.